What's up, y'all? Thank you so much for tuning into Mouthful TV Season 2, where this season we are partnering with the Taste of the Culture. The Taste of the Culture is a Black-owned business that is showing love to Black-owned wines and spirits brands. Make sure that you go to tasteoftheculture.com to subscribe, and make sure you use promo code Mouthful for 20% off your subscription. How are y'all doing, y'all?
Excited, good.
I'm so excited to see everybody. We gonna do season 2 right, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so excited for this season. I love each and every one of y'all, and I appreciate y'all for doing this. And I'm sure Miracle does too. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much.
So much fun behind the scenes. Now we're in front of the camera, ready to get us started. Y'all, and I'm so excited because this season we're adding the small business segment. Basically, a platform where small businesses, owners can go and showcase and promote their business and brands. And we can share it with people all across the world. And it's our platform that we're able to just mesmerize people with what's going on all over the world. So that's our little give back. So today, for our small business segment, we have Sean McCloud representing a taste of the culture.
Yes, sir.
Sean.
How's it going, guys?
Hey.
How's it going?
Okay, so a little bit about Sean right now is he is a career marketer turned entrepreneur on a mission to give people around the country access to Black-owned wine and spirits. And I have to tell our audience, the Mouthful cast, we looked at the vendor list and we were amazed at how many Black owners of wine and spirits and liqueurs there were. And we got our own samples. Thank you.
Yep. Of course.
Hey, Sean. Before we get too far into it, like, you're sideways.
I thought
I don't know if it's just me. Can y'all see that too? Okay.
There we go.
I was like, I didn't want everybody sitting there looking at you like this.
Forgive me. I'm developing a bar down in my basement, so I figured I give you guys a sneak peek of how it might look. It's very early, but this is a good quiet place with a 2-year-old to have a conversation.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Well, we appreciate you being here and just giving us your expertise. We know that you have over 7 years of experience in sales and marketing, and now you're turning that into entrepreneurship and just giving back to the culture. So tell us a little bit about your business.
Sure. Yeah. So I started Taste of the Culture last year. Everything that was going on in the springtime with civil unrest and social injustice really kind of sparked something in me to want to do more. And one of the silver linings, I guess, from what happened was that everyone started supporting Black-owned businesses, allies, Black people, everybody. And it really made me think, what could I do differently and what can I do to support? I started discovering Black-owned brands, wine and spirits brands specifically, a lot of it on social media. And like you guys, at the time, I was blown away. I had no idea a lot of these brands existed. So for me, I kind of felt guilty in a way. I was like, man, there's so many brands out here. I've worked in this business for so long. I had no idea. So, I started to go out and buy some and I tried them and I started doing reviews on Instagram and people were curious. They were like, hey, how do I learn about these brands? Where can I buy them at? Things like that. And it made me realize that there was a need for a business like a Taste of the Culture to kind of be that step in between so people could get access to these brands.
That's awesome. Definitely a cause and something much needed. We were completely blown away by how many Black-owned businesses there was in this industry. So how long have you specifically been in the business?
So I've been working in wine and spirits since 2013. So it's almost 8 years now. And I've worked for a lot of your favorite brands. I started out working for Douce back then in 2013 when they first were expanding. I've worked for a lot of brands in the Diageo portfolio, Don Julio, Johnny Walker, Crown Royal, brands like that. So a lot of big brands, really, really great experience. I'm so grateful for the experiences I've had because it really made me a well-rounded professional in the business.
Definitely. Now, we have to ask, I see a box over there. So can you tell us about what we have going on in that one, a little sneak peek?
Sure. So I put a couple together. So this is a combination of what you guys have, which is the January box. So the boxes always include a Black-owned mixer, a bar accessory, some recipes, and then you get your spirit shipped to you as well. So I kind of put both in there. It's a combination of what you guys got in January, which was the perfectly cordial with the LS cream, which you guys have on display. I see there. And then I also have the classic margarita mix from Hella Cocktail Company, which is part of my February box with Blue Royal Tequila Rum. So February, National Margarita Day is February 22nd. Yeah, right. It's one of those days that you may not have known about it, but when you learn about it, you're like, yeah, I totally would celebrate that. And then a cocktail shaker is going to be in that box too. So I wanted to kind of provide a cool way for people to enjoy some margaritas with Black-owned brands.
Too?
Yeah. You can never have enough of those.
I mean, talk about a bang for your buck. That's awesome. We're not only getting quantity in the box, but quality too. So that speaks highly. So I know now everybody's probably going to wonder, well, where can I buy your product? Where can I subscribe? So tell us where they can find you.
Sure. So you can find me a Taste of the Culture on all the social channels, Instagram, Facebook. On Twitter, we're a Taste of the Call One. I have to talk to Twitter about their character restrictions, but it's a Taste of the CUL number one, which is random, but it stands out, right? And then obviously our website is a tasteoftheculture.com. So like you mentioned, I have a list of many, many Black-owned wine and spirits on my website. You can also become a member of A Taste of the Culture, and that's how you receive your monthly subscription box.
Awesome. We're excited. Mouthful's excited.
Yes,
I know
yes.
Out there, though, probably have questions that we're in a pandemic. So it brought out a lot of hustle in people, but probably also a lot of doubt. So what advice would you give to entrepreneurs or those trying to start up a business?
Very good question. And I mean, the thing that I always remember and that I realize is you're always going to have doubt. I mean, even there's some days where you wonder, like, am I doing the right thing? Is this going to work? But things just happen. You have to continue to be consistent and be a self-motivator, which sounds easy, but you have to realize what you're doing it for, right? So my cause is, it's not like I did the business and the cause got solved. The problem's still there, right? So I get reminded of it all the time where, somebody will text me and ask me a question about a brand, or, even the opportunity to work with you guys came about. Things like that are the things that keep you going when you talk to people, you interact with people who buy into your cause and they're supporting it. So I think those are the type of things that really, let you know, like, all right, because there's always going to be days where you're a little down, or you're wondering, if things will work out. But just keep being consistent, just keep pushing. Every day isn't going to be fantastic. I think that's something to think about. You need those not so great days to appreciate the great ones. I think is a quote I always think about.
That is so true.
Definitely. Well said. Sean, we thank you so much. We're so proud and so humbled to be a part of this, and we know big things are coming. So thank you for sponsoring us and making Mouthful a part of it. Big things coming your way. So thank you so much for this time and interview.
Thank you so much for the bottle.
Thank you.
What do you guys think of LS Cream?
I'm drinking it now. It's smooth.
It is so smooth.
Wow.
Great.
Yes,
Yeah.
My chair, relax.
Awesome. Good to hear.
Thanks, John. You take care, and we will definitely hear and see more of you.
Sounds good. You guys have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Y'all, that's awesome. And again, we just want to thank Sean McCloud for his time. The Taste of a Culture, so awesome. And just being able for Mouthful to give back to businesses. So we're really happy for that. What y'all think?
Hey, I'm down.
Good, big thing.
Ready for the next box? My drink. Okay.
And everything that you got in it. That's awesome.
It's a nice variety.
It's a whole little package. Yeah, when my package touched down, I opened it up. I was like, okay, they're really doing it different up there.
Like, for real. It's definitely a dope box. It exceeded my expectations. I really was not expecting that.
I was in the kitchen whipping work.
All right, y'all. So let's get into it for the topic of the day, man. Okay. All right. So today's topic is, what is your baggage? What is baggage? And to me, baggage is just what you're bringing into your next relationship. Like anything from your past, you're bringing in negative from any to any future relationship, friendships, romance, even, you know, your relationships with your children. So, you know,
Sure.
that's what I think baggage is. So
Okay.
I have to say, I mean, my baggage is I have kids. And I think to a lot of single parents, period, you know, that is a lot to deal with when dating, when coming into a new relationship. I will say though, I don't think that my children specifically are baggage. It may be the relationships or, you know, with your previous partner, with that
Right, for
child that you
sure.
have, you know, that's where the real baggage comes from. Because I don't think, well, if you got a badass kid, you know, that.
Listen, if your
Yeah,
child has
yeah.
silver teeth,
Oh,
that's a bad.
yeah, you know, I think
Hey, hey, in Urbans, you know what I'm saying? If he got the little cast in my Urbans, you know, I ain't messing with it. I'm good.
yeah. So, yeah. Do any of you guys think you bringing on baggage to any future relationships?
And I think, like you said, I think at some point we all carry baggage. But Christy, Dr. Christy Brown, well, she's not a doctor yet. She's a licensed therapist. She said something to me about baggage that like you should come into relationships with your carry-on, like your small bags. Like you can't come into a relationship with your check bag. You know, don't come with the heavy stuff. That's something that you need to deal with independently before you try to deal with any relationship, whether that's a friend, you know, a romantic interest, even family members. Like you should deal with that heavy stuff independently and just come with your little small baggage.
Right.
And so I definitely know for a fact that I have baggage and I've taken the steps necessary to try to unpack those bags. And so my biggest thing was I didn't know how to sustain relationships because I didn't see a lot of sustainable relationships growing up. So I didn't know what that looked like. I didn't know what it felt like. So I was told that a lot of my relationships were disposable to me because of that. And it made so much sense. But I do try and just work hard every day to kind of sustain those relationships because I'm not a person to initiate contact. Like I don't text first, I don't call first. And a lot of my friends, a lot of my friends say that like if I don't text or call you, I won't hear from you, which is very true. And it's just because I don't think about, hey, I need to call such and such just for no reason. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm working on it.
Most definitely.
I'm working on it for sure.
Most definitely. I think baggage is definitely something that we have to address our individual demons, you know, but there are times whenever we must, uh, you know, unify another soul. You know, we must find somebody, you know, to assist in our healing process. So there's some baggage that, like you said, you know, that needs to be able to fit into that carry on, that metaphorical carry on, you know. But I mean, if we're kind of just getting into just the baggage situation, I think it's kind of, you know, two pronged for me, just as far as just friendships versus relationships. You know, I had a situation where there's a woman I found myself, I fell in love with her, and then I found out that she moved to another state on social media, and she had a whole other boyfriend in another state. I was just like, Lord, you know what I'm saying? And
Wow.
that was heavy for me because, you know,
Yikes.
no, ain't
That is
no
heavy.
cap, no cap, and
That
that
is
was heavy
heavy
for
though.
me because where I was at that time of my life, I'm like, I'm a player, you know what I'm saying? So like, it don't flow like that, and that just really,
Wow,
it just
Chris.
derailed everything I had going on. It really hit me hard. So I really, it changed the way I approach people. It changed the way I trust. It changed the way, you know, I just initiate, you know, just anything, you know, in regards to matters of the heart. Yes, I think that baggage, you know, you have to address those demons. But at times, like I said, we all need healing to some effect, you know.
Yes, absolutely.
That goes along with mine too. I think baggage that I brought into relationships because of time in and out of relationships is trust issues. And I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'll give my
Yes. And
and
I hate it.
yeah, it's like I'm in limbo because that's just in my nature. You know, I feel like I'm a giving, sensitive person. But then when you've been hurt so many times, you get into these new relationships and you're like, they're going to be different. It's going to be different. And then you see those red flags and you're like, you know,
Yes.
what's your deal? So it's like,
Hey,
I hate it because unfortunately people just, they sometimes do things.
People are so self-serving. That's what I have found out, that a lot of people are for themselves, and I haven't found a lot of people that are so genuinely care for you, that will do anything for you. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't benefit them, a lot of people these days just do not know how to be a genuine friend.
And you know what it is too, that cliche quote going around Instagram or social media, but it's so true, is that you have to stop expecting from other people what you would give to
What
them.
you would do.
Yes, I just posted that. And to follow up that, like, you have to limit what you give, because takers don't put a limit on themselves. They will continue to take and take and take. So you have to put that limit on yourself as a giver, because they will drain you.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's so true. And I love that you said this the expectation aspect of it. And that's one thing. Just playing college ball. I had a coach West. He used to always coach worst case scenario, always be expecting, the worst. So whenever it comes, it's not a surprise.
Right.
What I'm saying? You're not blindsided, by your own expectation. Yeah, it takes you a lot further, just knowing, that people do have a way, people have a selfishness about them. So you need to make sure and protect your own energy at the end of the day, for sure.
And it's such
Yeah, but then
a human, so it's
yeah, for sure. Because I'm a person that, like Star said, I wear my heart on my sleeve. And
Yeah.
I feel like I leaving myself open to get taken advantage of, because I'm such a giver. So to protect that, I become hard. And so a lot of people say that before they met me, like, they thought I was this totally different person. They thought I was stuck up, those type of things, until you figure out, like, get to know who I am as a person. And it's just like, it's so hard to judge. Like, you don't want to go through the BS of trying to figure out if this person is genuine or not, but you don't want to be this hard person. And it's just like an internal battle every day with every person that I meet, and it's crazy.
definitely. And I wanted to ask Jen something to kind of double back on kids, because I feel like when we probably have this conversation with a lot of people, baggage and kids go hand in hand, and it kind of sounds like a negative connotation. So I'm glad that you said it's not the kids themselves, but maybe, who you have to co-parent with. So do you want a
That
relationship
can
with
be
somebody?
very hard.
Yeah. Do you want a relationship with somebody that has kids, because they'll understand, like, more so the
Um,
dynamic?
so yes, at this point, it just doesn't matter. I'm just again, I'm at the point now to where I'm at a stage in life where I just want you to be for me, and I'm gonna be for you 100%, no matter what the case may be. Um, so no, it doesn't matter if you have kids or not, because whoever your whoever your forever mate is, that's just who your forever mate is, and that it just is
Yeah,
what it is.
I'm sorry, I can't do it. I cannot date anybody with kids.
You might surprise yourself, because I
That's what
never.
I'm saying.
No, I won't.
Oh, well, I'll
Not
say
at all.
in between, because I preferred not to date anybody with kids because I didn't have any kids.
Right.
But that didn't stop me from marrying, the man that I'm with, who already has a daughter. So I have a bonus daughter type of deal. And if you're really for that person and y'all are rocking or whatever, you're gonna,
That shit matter.
go with it. Yeah.
Tell
Mm,
So, which
Mm,
I definitely think
okay.
it's a connection between the two. You know what I'm saying? Just that interaction. You know what I'm saying? Like if y'all like you said, if y'all are vibing, if you're really feeling, just where y'all are headed, that shouldn't matter, any sort of exterior factors. You should be able to roll with it, and continue to
Is
love
there
it.
an
So that's
exterior factor?
would you date anybody with kids, Chris?
I dated a woman with a child in college, and that was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, but she was fun though. She was cold. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I didn't think like,
Wow, really?
yeah, she was cold. Yeah. So I have no problem. It was all good. Everything was fine.
Because she was fun.
Yeah, she fine. Like that's the thing. Like if you cold, that's not like being fine.
Oh
Like
my God.
she,
Okay.
Wow.
I
Critic.
took
you
that
date,
a time.
so you date a lady, so you date a lady with a shitty ass attitude, personality, but if she fine, she cool, she good.
Oh no. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that her being fine
Oh,
is it for me to accept a child. Now I won't just accept anything. I do have, qualifications that come with dating me and things that I'm looking for and whatnot. So I wouldn't just. I can't just take anything. Yeah, you can't. Um,
right. Fix it, sir.
Right. It's kind of a, you know, it's different though when you're a mom with children who probably, 9 times out of 10, we see the children being with the mom full time as opposed to the dads, which they're, hey, shout out to the great dads out there that might be full time dads in co parenting situations. But a lot
True.
of times it's that double standard where it might be easier for dads with kids. So their baggage doesn't seem as heavy, I guess you could say.
From what I've seen,
Um, I don't
it's always
I
easier for
don't think so. I don't think it's different for men though,
no,
because
I
I
get
have
it.
a I have a friend that has children and he finds it very difficult to date. He does. To because a lot of the women that he meet may not have children. And so he's is having a very hard, I won't say a very hard time because I'm sure he
I
can
would
watch this.
say,
But he's having a difficult time finding somebody genuine enough to that's going to be there for him and
Right,
his kids.
right. That makes sense.
I would say in the new, just kind of new generation, I've seen it more to where women don't date men with kids, but few years back and back in the day, it was very easy for men with kids to have a relationship, very easy. And it kind of still is, in my opinion, from what I see.
Well, are
I mean,
you speaking in perspective of like a man that just has kids, but the mother has them full time, or full time single dad?
full-time single dads as well. Like they just men just got that sauce. I don't know what kind of sauce
yeah,
y'all got.
I would definitely say that men that I personally don't have any children, but I have a couple partners. My brother has a number of children. You know what I'm saying? And I think that men with children definitely do. I won't say have a leg up, but I think it is easier for them to date. I think it just
It
shows a little bit.
always is.
So I think it just shows more security. Whenever women see that, they see, okay, he can handle business and be consistent and take care and sustain sustainability, and I think that's what women see. But whenever men, we like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? She got a couple, you know what I'm saying? She got a couple kids, we a little more standoffish than, saying, then vice versa. But I don't think that it's a negative though, what I'm saying, in either situation. But I think it is a little bit easier for men to find a spouse if they have a child for sure.
I guess
Yeah.
I can agree with that. I see both sides though, seeing that I know someone personally that's having a different experience. So it's just, but I see both
Mm.
sides. Like that's real.
Oh,
So
now
let's go. I didn't come to fight today.
you
I
know,
did not come to fight today.
You
I've been
survived
doing
the
very good. I've
let's
been
say
trying. I've been centered. I meditated before I started.
you
Trying to be
survived.
nice.
there
You
you
and
go.
Hey, I
start
don't
trying
get
to bring it
that.
out. So let's
Y'all
move
don't
into
make
this
that
word of mouth, y'all. Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
word of mouth.
So the word of the mouth, we gotta show love to our new president and vice president, y'all.
Congratulations.
Hey, that's
Yes, yes, yes. Like that is like history making, a whole history making situation. You know what I mean? Like we have a black woman as a vice president. Like what,
So
regardless of what she mixed with, we can definitely acknowledge them. But Kamala is black, okay?
Real talk. Hey, all I'm gonna say, it was the lavender trench for me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Real talk.
Yeah, she come out, she stepped out and said, "Hey,
Oh,
I am here."
yes, yes, man.
I mean, just to know that we're witnessing history like that. We lost our minds in our younger days voting for Obama.
oh
And
yeah.
now
Yes,
it's like, dang, a black woman vice president,
Yeah.
representing also the Asian culture as well. It's just,
yes.
oh my gosh. I saw a newscast of her mom's small village in India, and they were celebrating her. And it was just the cutest thing.
It
Like,
was so cute.
yeah,
It was so cute.
it is. What do y'all think about Biden and the victory there?
Hey
Man,
man, Uncle Joe gonna hold it down every time, man. He had the barbecue with it for sure. I know him.
I just know I'm trying to go where the money reside. Where is
where
my
my Timmy?
1200? Where is my
Yeah, hey,
where
what
what
the rest of it now? Like, no,
where the
it's 14.
rest
I
of
thought
it?
it was 14. I thought it was 4.
Oh
Wait a
yeah, it
second
is
now.
14 because we getting
Yeah,
2,000 right.
yeah, you know
Yeah,
what I'm
well, you
saying?
Yes.
That's
hey,
Where is
the
my
whole trip
1400?
and my
You've been in there
reparation.
for a minute, Biden. And where's my stimmy? Okay.
He's putting that pen to work though. I have to say, he's been
yeah,
signing
He
orders.
really has. He
he's
really,
Yeah,
trying
really
to do.
has.
He's just trying to undo what your boy, did in them 4 years.
Not mine at all.
I think it's really good that this showed people that were not about politics, and Lord knows I'm not going to act like a political guru, but
Right.
it did
Right.
make us want to go and research, you know? And a lot of people have to understand it wasn't even just about feeling like President Biden was just the Messiah. And I hated that people started to try and make that, connotation or that narrative. But it's about what was for the people. And I love how minorities, I think we're figuring out how much of a voice we have. Like we could
Yes.
really get shit done, you know?
Yes, we really can, and we will. As soon as just keep doing what we've been doing. We'll definitely. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not a change. Is not an overnight situation. We have to continue to do our due diligence because on Facebook it's a trend, but Pete, there are still people out there in the trenches making sure that they're still continuing that fight, even though it's not on a post on Facebook, even though it's not on a post on Twitter.
Right.
Like that fight continues every single day. It doesn't just change because you posted about it.
That's right. And on that note, can we shout out Stacey Abrams too? Because
For sure. We
good,
have to.
she was
Telling you,
a force to be
turning
reckoned.
in blue. You have so many people, especially our people, realizing, just like you said, the power in our vote, and just the strength of numbers that we have, literally just the turnout. Like my pop never voted. My pop is 53, never voted a day in his life. And I'm telling you, this man's been in front of the TV watching CNN every morning. You
No,
know
they
what I'm saying? Just
Right.
get informed, and I think that, like you said, Biden, he does instill change, but I think this whole race, what was it stepped away from politics. It turned to, are you going to vote for right or wrong? You know what I'm saying? Like, and you can't vote for somebody who perpetuates hate, who wants to invigorate these people, these proud boys, and it's allowed them to really just to run our country. You know what I'm saying? Like, we already are trying to reestablish our culture, and now we have to fight against this open bigotry. You know what I'm saying? Seeing what happened at the Capitol is really disheartening. So I'm glad that we are able to have some real change.
Yes,
Well, at
yes,
least
yes,
see.
yes.
Baby,
Yeah.
that was the ghetto if I ever seen it
So
at that camp.
speaking of change, let's talk about oh boy, the football player. I can't even think of his name.
Chad
That
Chad
Chad
Wheeler.
Wheeler.
Chad, yes, like that choked this, like he did whatever he did to it, choked her to almost to the point of near death. And you know what I mean? Like that is crazy how that situation was not like y'all brought that subject to me. Like I didn't even hear about it. And the way that I feel like it was treated so differently because he was a white man compared to what would have happened if he was a black man. And that I can't. I can't.
Cause have we even has it still not been on the news yet? Or have you guys seen anything about it on CNN
Nope,
or
not at all.
ABC
And before we
News?
get too far into the discussion, Star, if you don't mind sharing that story, so just make sure everybody that may not have heard about it will kind of get caught up with where we are.
So, NFL player for the Seattle Seahawks, Chad Wheeler, a Caucasian male, has a girlfriend, Black woman. I believe they've been dating for 6 months, and there was a domestic disturbance at their place of residence where they found her just in a mess, face bloodied. Her, what are the capillaries were busted?
Yeah.
Yeah, busted. And basically, he went to work on her. And it was said that he drank a smoothie, I believe. And when she kind of came to, he looked back and asked her, "You're not dead or you're still alive?" I mean, he asked her that. So then it gets deeper that, you know, he has bipolar disorder. And then he had been off of his meds. The week was kind of a hectic week for them. And then that night, just all hell broke loose. So that's the narrative right now. All that I've seen personally is the Seattle Seahawks making a statement. Um, Thank you, PR person. I don't, you know, like
Right.
is there to come. And Chris, didn't he bond out? Was it like 400,000?
Yeah, it was 400,000.
And they didn't even try to like disassociate themselves from him. We're in a situation where they were like, F chat, really, they're just like, we just hope everybody involved is okay and we're praying for everyone's healing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like if
Right.
a black dude beat up a white woman, you know what I'm saying? Just how what would happen when Antonio Brown, they found that he allegedly raped a woman and he was exiled from the league. You know what I'm saying? After already having to redeem himself, he was exiled from the league off an allegation, not even seeing, you know what I'm saying? Literally, you got caught with blood on your hands. You know what I'm saying? And he still is walking the streets. It ain't right, you know?
It's not right at all.
It's right.
Yeah, I mean, and let's not get it twisted, right? Putting your hands on anybody in domestic violence, no matter what color you are, that's bogus. You're a chump for that, like all of that, right?
Right.
But we have to stop acting like we don't live in two Americas. I don't even want to start naming all of the Black men and professional athletes that got drugged. I'm talking about, just like you said, ostracized, exiled, all that for doing whatever you want to name. And now
Right.
and the only time we're hearing about it just happens to be our friends on social media posting about it, asking the same questions. How come we haven't heard about it? You know?
Right.
And, you know, we have one on castmate that played football before, and it's a serious game, and there's injuries and there's everything like that. So I don't think any of us are taking any of that away from him or the fact that there might be a disorder. But what I'm saying is keep the same energy, NFL.
Absolutely.
Keep the same energy. This is
Or
not
keep the same energy, society, period. Like, because another kind of circling back to the beginning of our word of mouth, like the whole riot at the White House, like like how that was handled so much differently than our Black Lives Matters peaceful protesters. You know what I mean? Like that should be another situation that shows that we live in two Americas. Like, period. Point blank. That is crazy.
Yes, sir. But you're seeing so much information continually starting to unravel from that situation. So many people who are in Congress and in the Senate who are like literally in cahoots with these people who are going in. You got police officers, military personnel. It's just like I said. People talk about it's an inside job, like you said. It just doesn't seem right that we're policed different. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That literally we have to walk down the street, we have to drive our cars, we have to live our lives. You know what I'm saying? Just with a step more of caution, just because we're fearful that we might not make it home. These people rushed a Capitol building. Think about that. That should be treason. Think about that. If you do that anywhere else, in China, they're gonna fire line you. You know what I'm saying? But these white folks do this and suddenly it's okay. You know what I'm saying? You got like 27 arrests. There was over how many thousand people there? You know what I'm saying? Wasn't no shots fired. You know what I'm saying? Besides there was two people that got killed by gunfire. Like think about that. Like it ain't right, man. You know what I'm saying? We live in completely different society, and it's right.
Jen, do you think that if the girlfriend was another race, it would have been handled differently?
Yeah, absolutely. His charges would have been worse. He would have been under the jail by now. He would have been in jail. He may not have had a bond, like at all, because he's out right now, right?
To my knowledge.
Yeah, he's at he bonded out.
So can y'all hear me or not? Because it's like I don't know if.
Yeah, can you hear us?
Yeah, I've been trying to chime in, but I don't know.
If you put your hand like this, we'll be able to hear you.
And she did it. Oh, that was good to me.
Right.
That was so good.
Funny, man.
Y'all so childish. Y'all really have to grow up.
So-
But I'm definitely glad that we have brought this back. Like I said, I am so glad to see each of your faces. Mouthful is about to go up.
On a Tuesday.
Yeah, so many more topics to come. I'm just like, oh my goodness.
Yes.
Oh, they're ready.
Okay. So since we're going to close out this fantastic episode of Mouthful TV, we want to say thank you to all of our wonderful listeners and our subscribers. Make sure and follow us on all social media platforms at Mouthful TV, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter,
What TikTok?
everything.
I'm gonna start a Mouthful TikTok.
I know, like, look,
That's a
I
bet.
got some of that. 'Cause I'm Triple D for real. I don't mean to make this gang feel it, but that's the city. It's not a gang. Either way, you know.
They still do that.
You know what, young man? They showed this to us. You know what? We're not getting into this anyway. Y'all make sure and tune in next Wednesday at 7 p.m. to Mouthful TV, and you're gonna make sure and follow us on over to what is this called here?
Clubhouse.
Clubhouse. Yes, ma'am. I appreciate everybody tuning in.
For
Clubhouse for
the after
we're gonna
party.
go a
What's
little
up?
bit
Yep,
deeper into a
what's up?
couple of these topics here. Make sure also February 12th, we're gonna have our lip lock speed dating event. Come on over, find your new boo. Find your new boo in the new
Do not wear a
year.
bonnet.
Do you hear me?
No bonnets
Hey,
allowed. You're getting kicked out. We're gonna put you back in the waiting room.
Or do
some love.
And have your hair cut and your hair done.
right.
Hey,
Might be the look of your life.
we gonna
And
be
drink
on
with
that
us, by the
next
way.
Wednesday.
If you come into Lick Locked and you're watching this, make sure you go subscribe at thetasteoftheculture.com so you can have a drink with us. So everybody can be having the same drink. So make sure you go to thetasteoftheculture.com.
Hey.
Use Mouthful for 20% off your subscription. Yes.
It'll say it right here at the bottom of the screen. You'll see it. We're gonna edit that.
Oh,
in.
now we have to put it there. I don't know if we were going to do that, but thank you for adding more work to the situation.
It's in there now. It's in there now. Yeah. Shout out to our producers, man. Shout out to our producers and our team.
Definitely.
Yes, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see y'all next week.
Hey,
Hey.
ready.